Most people think atrial fibrillation is just something that happens with age. Your heart wears out, your rhythm gets weaker, and eventually you deal with it. But what if atrial fibrillation isn't just a heart problem? What if it's a hormone problem that starts years before symptoms ever show up? Today, I'm going to break down how hormones influence atrial fibrillation risk, why women are especially affected, and what you can do before your heart rhythm becomes unstable. And yes, this matters, even if you're in your 40s, 50s, 60s, or beyond. Quick context. What is AFib? Atrial fibrillation happens when the upper chambers of the heart beat irregularly. Instead of one clean electrical signal, the heart receives chaotic impulses. This increases your risk for stroke, heart failure, fatigue, and cognitive decline. AFib rarely shows up overnight. It develops slowly as the heart's electrical system becomes more sensitive, more inflamed, and unstable. And hormones directly control all of those factors. This video is for informational purposes only. It is not medical advice. Please talk with a qualified practitioner before starting or changing anything. So, why do hormones control heart rhythm? Your heart is an electrical organ. Hormones influence electrical signaling speed. They influence ion channel behavior, inflammation levels, and nervous system balance. So, when hormones are balanced, your heart rhythm is resilient. When they're not, the heart becomes reactive, especially under stress, poor sleep, or illness. This is where AFib risk quietly increases. The hormone estrogen does several critical things for the heart. It reduces inflammation, it improves blood flow elasticity, it stabilizes cardiac electrical signals, and it supports parasympathetic, calming nervous system tone. And that's why premenopausal women have significantly lower AFib rates than men. But after menopause, estrogen drops abruptly and AFib risk climbs. This isn't coincidence. Loss of estrogen removes an important layer of electrical protection for the heart. Now, let's talk about a hormone that almost never gets mentioned in heart rhythm conversations: progesterone. And this one is huge. Progesterone isn't just a reproductive hormone, it's directly protective against arrhythmias. Here's what that means in plain language: your heart rhythm depends on how quickly heart cells reset electrically after each beat. That reset time is called cardiac repolarization. And when repolarization is too slow, the heart becomes electrically unstable. And that's when arrhythmias like AFib are more likely to happen. Progesterone helps by shortening the QT interval, which means faster electrical recovery, more stable heartbeats, lower arrhythmia risk. This is not theoretical, this is basic cardiac electrophysiology. Now, here's where it gets especially relevant for women. Low progesterone states like perimenopause, postpartum, late luteal phase, chronic stress states, they're all associated with higher susceptibility to AFib and other rhythm disturbances. In other words, when progesterone drops, the heart becomes more electrically vulnerable. Progesterone also increases nitric oxide production, which improves vascular tone, blood flow, autonomic balance, all of which support rhythm stability. And there's an extremely important distinction I want to make here. Bioidentical progesterone is cardioprotective. Synthetic progesterones are not the same thing, and in some cases can actually worsen vascular function. That difference matters enormously. So when women are told progesterone doesn't matter after menopause, or you don't need progesterone anymore, That advice ignores what progesterone does for the heart and the nervous system, not just the uterus. For the hormone testosterone, balance matters more than high or low. Testosterone supports muscle mass, insulin sensitivity, lower visceral fat, reduced inflammation, all of which reduce AFib risk. But excess testosterone, especially with unmanaged therapy, can thicken blood, increase blood pressure, enlarge the atria, and that combination raises AFib risk. Again, hormones aren't about extremes, they're about balance. Now, this is where I want to pause for a second, especially for women. One of the most damaging myths I see is this: it's too late for hormones to help me. I'm too old. I'm too far past menopause. Too many symptoms already. And that belief alone stops women from protecting their heart, their metabolism, and quality of life. So I created something called Too Late Hormone Mythbuster. It's a simple educational tool that explains why it's never too late to improve hormonal balance, why age alone does not disqualify you, and how hormones affect energy, weight, libido, and heart rhythm at any stage of life. If you're a woman who's ever been told, just accept it, this is aging, this was made for you. You can grab it through the link in the description or the pinned comment. No pressure, just clarity. All right, let's keep going. Let's talk about thyroid hormones. They are AFib accelerators. Thyroid hormones directly affect heart rate and electrical conduction. Even mild excess thyroid hormone can increase heart rate, increase sensitivity to adrenaline, trigger irregular rhythms. Many people, especially women, have subclinical thyroid issues that go unnoticed. They feel anxious, wired, exhausted, but unable to rest. Meanwhile, their heart rhythms become more vulnerable. Now let's talk about cortisol, stress, and the nervous system. Chronic stress keeps cortisol elevated, and that causes higher blood pressure, increased inflammation, constant sympathetic fight or flight dominance. AFib thrives in that kind of environment, and this is why AFib episodes happen at night, after emotional stress, during periods of poor sleep. Your heart rhythm reflects your nervous system state. Now let's talk about the silent driver: insulin and metabolic hormones. Insulin resistance dramatically increases AFib risk. Why? Because high insulin increases inflammation, it promotes fat around the heart, it alters atrial electrical remodeling. And this explains why AFib rates increase with weight gain, type 2 diabetes, sedentary lifestyle. It's not just weight, it's metabolic signaling. The biggest mistake people make is waiting for AFib to show up. Then they focus only on medications, procedures, symptom suppression. Those, well, they can be necessary, but they don't fix the biological environment that caused the problem. Hormones shape that environment years in advance. So, what can you do right now? Here's your action plan. Not medical advice, just smart, proactive steps. 1, prioritize sleep. Sleep regulates cortisol, insulin, and growth hormone. 2, manage stress on purpose. Breathing, walking, recovery. Yeah, boring, but so powerful. 3, improve your body composition. Reducing visceral fat improves insulin and inflammation. 4, don't guess around hormones. Thyroid, estrogen, progesterone, testosterone, balance matters. 5, stop accepting it's just aging. Aging doesn't cause atrial fibrillation, dysregulation does. So, why does this matter, especially for women? AFib isn't inevitable, loss of vitality isn't inevitable. And hormone decline doesn't mean your best years are behind you. When hormones are supported correctly, heart rhythm stabilizes, energy improves, and weight becomes manageable. Libido often returns, chronic disease risk drops. This is prevention, not damage control. If this resonates with you and you're thinking, I don't want to guess anymore, I want real guidance, that's exactly why I created my Hormone Essentials Plan. This is one on one work where I help clients balance hormones properly, restore energy and libido, support sustainable weight loss, and reduce chronic disease risk, including atrial fibrillation and other heart conditions. It's personalized, it's evidence based, and it's designed to help you regain your life, not just manage your symptoms. If that sounds like what you need, check out the link in the description or the pinned comment. If this helped you see atrial fibrillation in a new way, hit the like button. Subscribe for more clear science based hormone and health breakdowns. And comment below what hormone surprised you the most today. Also, make sure you watch the video on the screen where I talk about hormone imbalance that mimics severe anxiety, which can quietly destabilize heart rhythm over time.